We're going to get ready to figure out the position of the bridge. And like I said before, in the last video, I think it was you always want to get your neck set in first, because you never know how it'll shift or whatever. Things do move and stuff, and if you remember, I just was trying to get it in the ballpark place so I could get my pickup routes done. So I remeasured this, and what it actually is, the scale length, the actual scale length of this neck is 24 3/4. That's the actual scale length. How did I come up with that? Here's what you do. I'm going to repeat what I said in the last video. You go to the 12th fret. You take that measurement, whatever that measurement is, from the 12th fret to the nut, and you're on the side of the nut that is hang on a minute. You want to be on the side of the nut that is next to the fretboard, not on the other side, on the inside. Measure down to the 12th fret, take that measurement, double it, and that'll tell you your scale length. I use one of these called a protractor. I put a mark here where my scale length is, and I take the protractor, line this up, get it straight, draw my line across, and that gives me my positioning for the bridge. Again, this is a Wilkinson. This is one of them, I call them cut telly bridges. It's stamped steel with the brass compensated nuts on it. And contrary to belief out there, I can get these to intonate, and I can also get the round ones to intonate. It's just knowing what to do it. So anyway, oh yeah, the other thing I like to do is I like to get at least one of these lined up with the screw holes there, and that should give me enough. Once I mount this, it should give me enough there to intonate those strings forwards or backwards. It should give me enough room there to do that. And the trick in all of it is getting this set right, so you do have that kind of a thing. And the only way you do that is get that saddle down away from the edge here, and not too far, because in case you have to go further down with it. It's kind of a I don't know if you want to call it a cheater way of doing things or what, but anyway, as long as you get your scale length set correctly here, and you kind of eyeball. What I like to do is, you see the set screws? That's where I'm going to set that bridge at, on that line. This center screw is exactly center of the bridge, and all I'm doing is kind of eyeballing it now to make sure that this set screw lines up with my line, and this set screw lines up with this line. And that should about do it. There's really no need to figure out if you're in line with your neck. If your neck is in line with the body, then the body's going to be in line here. But we're going to check it just to make sure. And again, this is Sunday, late Sunday afternoon, right after church here. We've had our dinner, and I was kind of bored and wanted something to do. So this is what I'm doing. All right. I found my ball of string here. I knew I had it. It was just in the other room. We were doing something the other day where I needed the string. So you just go up here to your nut slot, pull that taunt, pull that down, kind of eyeball it where you think that string is going to go. It looks even Steven there. Same way on the high E side, you pull it over there. Center that up on your saddle there. And that looks good there. So it looks like we're good to go that way. Alrighty, I'm getting ready to mount the bridge to the body of the pine body guitar. And what I did, I bought these on Amazon here. These are self-centering drill bits. And what you got to do, at least as far as I understand, I've never used them before. You got to find the one that fits that hole that you're going to drill. And what that's going to do, it's going to help locate the center of your hole that you want to drill. And so I take it, what this does is just drills down part way into your wood, which is fine. And then I'll bring you in as we go here. I'm going to put these away and bring the guitar body over here. I already experimented on a piece of scrap wood because, like I said, I've never used these before. So I used my hand drill, but what I've done now is I put this up on in my drill press. I just thought it would be easier to drill and not have to hold everything with my hands. So anyway, we'll bring you back in just a moment. All right, and if you one of my other videos, I showed you how I drew this all out so I know right where to put my bridge. And the lighting out here today is really bad. It must be under a cloud cover or something today. So again, like all things, just take your time and do the best you can do with it. So now we got this lined up. Now I can take my drill and drill down into this and let's see what happens. Like again, it's my very first time using this kind of thing. And
two-sided tape on it.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Gotcha.
All right, my wife, in all her brilliance, just suggested I double side tape this on there. So I thought that was a good idea.
That's why you keep me around.
It's exactly why. Well, more than that.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to double side tape this on, and it'll help keep it from moving around on me when I'm trying to drill.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a doctor and a nurse. We stole my light from the router table over here. And now that I have some light on the situation, I can see I was a little bit off. So now we're going to go ahead and do this. My buddy Dane Nichols over at Jonah Guitars, he was talking about misplacing things today on his video, and man, I'll tell you, that sure brings back some memories on my behalf. Just the other day I lost something. I looked and looked and looked and looked, and I looked again, and it's sitting right there on the table right in front of me. That's so stupid. But that happens. So let's try this out. Now we can pull this back off. Like I said, we know how we can pull this back off. Sometimes that tape works really good. and sometimes it don't. So there's our four holes. Now we can place that right back on there and screw that down.
Do it right there.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, that I lost the screws to the bridge, so I had to hunt for some today. Yeah. I don't know what I do with the screws, but they were gone. Yeah, those should be fine. Yeah, I'm going to use a power tool. Just got to be careful that you don't over tighten and break the heads off the screws. Or strip your screw holes out. There we go. We got one bridge mounted now. Now what I'll do is remove these to get them out of my way so we can start doing the string throughs on this. And I'm just standing here thinking if I want to do that or not. Because this bridge, I can do a top load on it. And I know some of you out there are probably going, "Ah, man, please show us how you do a string through."
Do it how it's going to be best and easiest for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm standing here thinking about. If you notice here, I got this wire tie in this hole here. What I had to do, I thought my hole that I had routed out before I glued the top on went all the way through. Well, it didn't. So what I had to do, I took my Dremel and sanded back in here until I exposed that hole a little bit, and I took a drill bit and I finished drilling that out so that I can get my wires through there. So I thought, well, shoot, I'll just leave this in there and then I'll tape the wire to the end of that and I'll pull it through. It just makes life a little easier, just in case there's any glitches in it. And so anyway, there's that. So I'll bring you back in just a little bit. I'm going to think on this for a little bit. Okay. All right, I went ahead and decided I'm going to go ahead and leave it a top load. I know I just disappointed some of you out there, but that's the way it is. Just thought I'd leave it a top load. We'll go from there. So now what I'm going to do is remove this, and now I can finish sanding on this, and then we'll put some more hardener on it. Oh, I know what I got to do before all that. I got to put the jack plate hole in here, and we got to figure out where we're going to put my volume and tone pots. So I'll leave this on there for right now until I can figure this out. I hate to ask you again, can you go get my box of tricks?
Leave on or off?
Yeah, just leave it on. For some reason, I'm not getting quite the response like I once was on my videos. I don't know if you guys are just getting tired of seeing this or what it is. But I told you when I started this, I'd take you step by step of how I do this. We're pert near there now. I just gotta, like I said, I gotta drill them holes out. I sent my wife in to get my box of tricks so I can get the pots, so I can flip this over and figure out where we're gonna be drilling holes at. But then again, I'll use my drill press for that. More than likely, except for doing this hole here. So what we're going to do is find a halfway clean pot here. And here's a word about pots. And I'm probably going to get in trouble for this, but I don't care. This is a remnant of a pot that I bought that's supposed to be 525K. Well, it's a counterfeit CTS pot is what this is. And I just bought another set of 525K pots, and this was what I argued with the seller of this one, that CTS always marks the backs of their pots what they are. And the new set that I got is marked right on there, 525K, and there is no markings on this that says it's a 525K. And this one measured out at 519, so these are supposed to have been supposedly at 7% tolerance, so you add 7% to that. But my argument with that is I can add 7 or 10% to anything and make it something that it's not. So anyway, just be aware of that. There are counterfeit things out there, and unfortunately there's guys out there selling them. And I tried using a couple of these, and when I put the control knob on it, they just blast apart, because you can tell if you look at these little tabs, you can see they've been off of here before. So anyway, enough of that. So we're going to use this as a template to figure out where I'm going to put my holes here. And that switch. This is the switch I'll be using. It's a typical Les Paul style switch. It's what everybody seems to be calling Les Paul style. Three-way switch. I like these better than the three-way Fender switches. They're not quite as deep here. And five-way switch is the same as the Fender three-way switch. So we're going to flip this guitar over and kind of figure out where we're going to put these pots at. Pencil. So I just drop these down in there, kind of get an idea of where I want them at. That looks good enough to me. So we'll put that around there like that, and then this will go in here somewhere around in there like that. So what I like to do is take and measure that off, and that kind of give me an idea of what size drill bit I need. And I'll do the same for the switch here in a minute. Oh, that's a pretty good size. I think that'll work. What I did was, this is pretty much the biggest Fostner bit I have, and it looks like it'll drill that out just about enough there. What I did was I countersunk for those pots, and I doubled it here for the switch. Looks like I'll have to redo this one just a little bit to get as even as I can get it, and then that way the switch ain't wanting to bind on me. Okay, what I did, I had to take the bridge off so that the guitar body will lie flatter. So now we're going to go ahead and drill through. I had a little blowout on the other side there. I'll glue that back on there. Once it's glued back down, you won't even see it. Yeah, I can tell right now that I'm going to have to take this part of it down deeper. Try it again. Yeah, that should get us closer. We'll go ahead and punch a hole in it now and take a measurement and see where we're at. Ooh, that fits good.
Oh,
No reaming out on that one. So I'll put the clear on it. We gotta go a little deeper. See there? We're right at the edge of it there. So I need to hog that out a little bit more.
check this guy first.
Yeah, I'm going to. Yep, perfect. So I'm just going to do the rest of this off camera. You don't need to watch me re-hog this out. You already seen me do it 2 times now. All right, we got the holes drilled. Like I said, I'll have to glue this back in. I'm going to wait until I get back in the house because it's getting really, really muggy out here. But I'm going to try and take a little time here and go ahead and drill the input-output jack hole in here. And again, I'm just going to use a Foster bit on my hand drill here because I can't get this in my drill press. Mainly because I don't have a vise to fit the tar body into. I went ahead and kind of pre-marked it here on the side where the hole's going to go. And the thing that I learned over the years too is you don't have to drill this hole all the way through. You just want to make it deep enough so that your jack fits right. What I do with it? Oh, there it is. See what I mean about things disappearing in front of your face? See how deep this is? So that's all, you just have to go that deep. You don't have to go all the way through. And what I'll do is I'll take this down in there part way, and then I'll take a drill bit and finish drilling through for the wires. So we'll see how that goes here.
Come on the other side.
When possible, it's always nice to secure your work so you don't have to keep fighting it. Again, these Foster bits have the brad points on them, so you just, all you gotta do is line that up with whatever your markings are. Push on that a little bit to help center it. Yeah, I think that's it right there. So now what we'll do is change drill bits. So now what we're going to do is just right where that pinhole is at. And we'll finish drilling all the way through. We were almost there. That's going to let my wires go through. Kind of like that.
What's this for?
That's just an extra.
Something else. Okay. Okay, good.
We'll get it all centered up later,
Yeah.
but kind of get an idea.
Looks good. I'm glad I did it.
Yeah, I'm glad you are too. Or half. Alrighty, we're gonna go in. It's really muggy out here right now, and there's no sense in me getting overheated and stuff.
Or the wife getting crankier than
And
she
the wife
is.
getting crankier than she is.
Man. Darn wife.
Darn wife, huh? All right, guys, this is Stealth Guitar and his wife, and we'll be talking at you. Bye now. All right, we're back in the house now. And like I said previously, I had a little blowout on this one. The other two did fine. So all I'm gonna do is take some of this wood glue. Gonna lift that little piece up that it just had the bark off of there. Stick a little glue underneath it. A little persuasion there. I'm gonna let that dry, and we'll probably just use my reamer, ream that out, and then once it's dry, I got everything fitting like it should. The three-way switch now fits right up in there, as do the pots. Man, I really got overheated this time. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for today. See what happens tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow now it will come. I'll go ahead and finish reaming that out after that dries. And then tomorrow out in the shop we'll start sanding this, put some more hardener on there, and then let the hardener dry 24 hours, and then we'll come back in and hopefully start putting the Minwax tung oil finish on it. And that'll take 3 or 4 days of that, and then after that putting it together, see if it plays. And so anyway, I hope you all are doing well out there and with your families and stuff. Sometimes life can get in the way and cause a lot of pain. But anyway, not here to talk about that, am I? So anyway, this coming right along. I thank you for all of you who have subscribed, and thank you for all of you that have been following this build. Oh, I do have playlists on my channel. If you want to, just go to my channel, look up playlists, and I have several different playlists of some of the builds I've done this year. And you can follow along with them, watch bits and pieces of them, whatever you want to do. And this one here, it's gone on longer than I wanted it to, but it's just the way things go. I'm trying to muster through it and get it all done and the best I can. Alrighty, I'll talk at you guys later. Bye now.